The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back into it, and we're back at it. This is Tom and Steve and The Local Show. People who watch often say they get smarter by the second. They just, like their brain cells explode.
Never heard that, Tom.
With intelligence. Nobody's ever told you that?
No. What I do hear is...
What do you hear, Steve?
What I do hear is it's fun to get to know local business people.
Yes, isn't it?
I do hear that.
They do. They say that.
And they like connecting, and they feel safer doing business with people that they feel like they've heard and talked to, so they're not just randomly calling someone if they need, if they need a doctor or they need a Charlie and they need a match, whatever they need. They feel like they know somebody, and we enjoy filling that role.
Well, it's better when you know the person's name. You can go in and say, "Hey, I heard you on the radio."
Yeah.
And they feel a little connection there, and that's the way that's the way commerce was done.
Right.
Ever since commerce started, it's all these.
And the whole, people do business. Say, well, what's the best form of marketing? Well, it's word of mouth. Well, this
is word of mouth.
This is word of mouth, right?
Two big mouths.
Yeah, there we go. There you go.
And
that's just you.
Well, it's great to bring a new person onto the show. Her name is Pauline Drexler. She's a partner at Springside Farm Holiday Market. How are you, Pauline?
I'm fine, but we're more than just the holiday market, but we can start there.
All right. Well, that sounds good.
Okay.
Well, let me ask some personal information. How tall are you? You don't know.
We moved the chair. I'm tall.
I'm shrinking by the day.
I'm taller than she is.
Yes, you are.
And that's not a challenge.
So what side of town do you hail from?
Our farm is in Pompey.
Okay.
We are currently winding down pumpkin season. That will be over Sunday night. Yeah. And we will be moving very quickly into our Christmas tree and holiday season.
Okay. So is your farm, is that all you do is like, pumpkins and vegetables and things? Or do you also have like livestock or cows?
Pumpkins is the only vegetable.
Okay.
We do have a large number of Christmas trees growing. We plant about 13,000 a year.
Is that all?
In the spring. That's all. That's all.
Wait, how long does it take a tree to be a tree?
Depends on where you start.
Okay, so what do you do? Tell us what you do. What's your process?
We start with a 4 to 5 year old transplant, which is really only about 12 to 16 inches tall without its roots.
Okay, so
and then it'll take us another 7 to 9 years to get that out of the field.
Okay.
After that, so it's a 13 to 14-year-old tree.
So you have to always play the long game. You're always thinking ahead.
The Christmas tree business is the long game.
Is it?
But it's such a good game.
Is it?
It really is. It's my favorite season. I can't. Not planting, but I really like Christmas.
That's so many trees. I can't imagine.
Thank God it's not me planting them anymore.
So anything else on the farm then?
If we kind of go from April until December 24th. In April, it's planting all those transplants, and we have about 100 lambs born in 30 days because we do have a livestock component. And that's at the livestock farm across the valley. And then we're into the wedding, birthday party, and honest to God farming season when we have to do
back up.
What?
Wedding, birthday party, am I
private events.
Am I riding a lamb? Am I eating a pumpkin? What do you have?
Whatever you want, dearie. No, we our facilities that we have in the fall don't need to sit vacant the rest of the year.
I see.
So
what do you call yourselves? Is it just Springside Farm?
Just Springside Farm.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to book an event, they could do that.
Yes, they can. And our website kind of gives you the level of our insanity, which is, it rotates. We're leaving pumpkins now and we're moving into Christmas.
Yeah. So is it like a big pole barn that people could have a venue and have a band or a DJ and dance, or what is it?
Several pole barns.
Really?
Well, we have the one that we use for events right now is holding the biggest bounce pad they make. It's a 70 by 30 bounce pad. So right now it's wearing its kiddie clothes, but then it can get into fancy pants too for May through first week of September.
Wedding,
And then in Christmas it's storing a lot of cut Christmas trees because we have a retail lot in Manlius and the one right there at the farm for U-cut and pre-cut. And then and we have a wholesale business too, so that and then January you don't want to look in there. January it's storage.
So this is all part of Onondaga Grown. Happens right here in Onondaga County. So if I'm at the Pompey Mall, which is, if anybody knows the Pompey Mall, it's a gas station, let's be honest.
Hey,
So
it's got the best pizza in the area.
Where are you?
We are 2 miles south on Route 91.
Got it. Okay.
And very easy. Pompey Mall is the local landmark that... Do you know where the mall is?
Yes.
Right.
And by the way, they do have good pizza. But I don't know what Pompey did to deserve that, but we have that now. So we're just 2 miles south of them. 91 makes a big S curve, and we're right off the second bend.
So how far away are you from Heritage Hill then, Palladino?
On the other side of 20.
Okay.
They're north, we're south.
Gotcha.
About equidistant.
Okay. So let's talk Christmas trees.
Sure.
Do you have all one style, or
we are largely Fraser fir. We do have some Canaans, and we might have some concolors, and we do have white pine in there. But Fraser firs are dominant in the market.
Okay, why? What's the deal with the Fraser fir?
It's hard to beat.
Yeah.
It's a dark green on top and a silver underneath, and it holds its needles like God never saw. And the only problem is it's kind of a fussy little diva tree. It likes to be high altitude, dry feet, and cold weather. Welcome to Pompey.
Right. Yeah.
So Pompey is ideal for
that,
Frasers. And seeing as they command the market, if you can grow them, you grow them.
What do you do to make a tree not look like a bush?
Well,
do you have to trim them every year? How does a tree get a good shaped tree versus some that you go, I'm not putting that tree in my house?
Well, they're never going to look like a bush.
Okay.
Because they're supposed to be a tree.
Right.
And so but they will grow tall and spindly, like some people in this room.
Yeah.
Very good.
Hey, don't encourage her.
She can come back anytime.
Oh my gosh. So what about the short, fat ones? Tell us about those.
Sometimes people do not keep their sides. We trim every year. We shear every
You have
year.
to trim them.
But that's 10,000. How many trees? Thousands
No,
of
I
trees.
think 14,000 a
A lot
year
of
times.
trees.
So you've got like 100,000 trees.
140,000.
Good golly.
And every tree gets seen individually at least 4 times a year. That doesn't zipping by on the lawnmower as you mow it. So there's a lot of work involved. So if you're wondering what we're doing in the summer when we aren't open for all the fun and games that we have in the fall, it's because we don't want to see you. We're busy.
How many people do you have working on the farmers?
It depends.
Yeah.
We have a large crew of what I call the weekend warriors, the part-time people.
Sure.
And the joke in pumpkin season is that the place is run by retirees and teenagers. and that's largely who we have working on weekends. During the week, it's just family and one other key critical guy who might as well be family, but every time I threaten him with adoption, he runs.
So I never, Tom, the tree business, did you think it was that much work?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm like, you plant a bunch of trees and you sell them for $80 a piece. What a profit.
Gosh, you got to keep them growing. No.
No, but
To their magnitude, wow.
To be honest, everything in agriculture, price-wise, is cyclical. It goes up and down and up and down. Right now, we're at the peak.
Good.
And we know it, but to be honest, what we're charging retail at the farm is not what we're getting wholesale, which is higher.
Right.
Because those customers that we have now, they are the most valuable customers we have.
Yeah.
When we hit the lower part, we're still going to need them.
Yeah.
So there's no point in taking advantage of them now. Now, the New Jersey people and the Tampa people, oh yeah, I'll take advantage. But not the locals.
So
Right.
pumpkins are waiting, and yours are rotted, Tom, I heard.
As they should.
So springsidefarm.net. Maybe it's time for a new experience getting a tree. Maybe try a different place if you haven't been there.
Yes.
They can get the information, springsidefarm.net, and it's right here in Onondaga Grown, Tom.
It's like a living Hallmark movie.
And-
Thank you so much, Pauline.
And if you have little kids, see if there's any tickets left for the Santa expedition.
Oh,
There we
wow.
go.
Okay.
You got it.